Minecraft Men Idolization, Dream, George Not Found, Sapnap, Carl Jacobs, Alex Quackity. All these guys have fans swarming around them. The idolization of men in media is pretty prominent, but although it's not inherently at all a problem, when does it become one? Hi, I'm Tony. In this video, I'm going to be pointing out the difference in numbers and scale between the idolization of male media stars and female ones. It is a heteronormative approach, but for the sake of the video, we'll stick with it. I'll be touching on topics like the streamer girl struggle, and for boys who are convinced that girl streamers don't have it harder, watch with an open mind, maybe you'll learn something. A friendly reminder that I spent hours researching and observing every topic I made a video on, so I'll not be responding to any comments with answers that can be found with a simple Google search. And don't think I'm saying anywhere it's easy for men to grow. It's not. Growing on a platform is hard for anyone. I also want to put it out there that I don't think it's wrong for fans to swarm around guys and see content creators as idols or heroes and such. That's not the point of the video, but we'll get deeper into that later. Leave a like and comment to boost the video so I can collect more opinions. All your thoughts matter, even if they don't agree. Leave them down below, subscribe, and enjoy the video. So what do I even mean by idolization? Well, idolization on its own means to love or admire someone very or too much. Idolization on its own doesn't have any drastic drawbacks. It's perfectly okay to idolize male content creators, or the ones we're going to be talking about, unless they're terrible people or not okay with it. Idolizing a male content creator may include changing his face to your profile picture, tweeting about him, or seeing him as someone strong and whole. Basically, a well-rounded person with emotions. It's difficult for people to idolize those they don't see as well-rounded three-dimensional people, which is why men in media are idolized a lot. They're seen as people, their own people who have a brain. People see those male content creators and want to be them or be like them because, again, they're cool men with personality and money. Idolizing that and wanting to be like that is perfectly fine on its own. The people who are idolizing others aren't doing anything wrong unless, of course, the idol is not okay with that. Well, men aren't getting idolized that much. Crazy. What's even your point? I'm getting to my main point, you impatient dweeb. Don't give me that male media stars aren't getting idolized. The same people who comment that are the same people who say girls are overly obsessive with Dream. From my standpoint, no one is over-obsessed, but there's still definitely idolization going on, which isn't a bad thing. If you really need examples, content creators Dream, Sapnap, George Not Found, KSI, Vicstar, Tommy Innit, Ranboo, Harry Styles, Quackity HQ, Carl Jacobs, every single One Direction member, Popular MMOs, Dan TDM, Stampy Cat, Captain Sparkles, Wilbur Soot, Technoblade, Danny Gonzalez, Mr. Beast, Errit, Puns, Jack Manifold. I could go on and on about the people's faces I've seen more than 5 times with profile pictures. Okay, but you've been repeating it's fine to safely idolize as long as they're okay with it, then what's the point of this video if you're not calling out an issue? Well, here's my biggest point. This is where the issue arises. That same idolization will never be applied to women on the same scale or amount. It just simply won't. Keep in mind, idolization does not just mean fame or attention. For example, Pokimane. She's most definitely not idolized by girls or guys, because why would guys aspire to be her and why would girls? If we're talking about content creators that are idolized, here are the few that I can think of. The Botez sisters, Nikki Niachu, Captain Puffy, Blushy, and LG Shadow Lady. Not even Gaming with Jen was idolized. She was always viewed as comic relief and seen as an extension of popular MMOs. Even the people that I listed before barely get as much fame as the men that I listed. XQC, I'm not going to bring up Ranboo or Ludwig because they were charity streams, have 68,000 subs. He's currently the most sub person on Twitch. He is number 1. There's not a single girl until he finally hit 34th place, where Captain Puffy stands with 20,000. People really like to say that female streamers have it better, and their only evidence is that girls are pretty and men are sex-driven animals. Therefore, girls can seduce men by playing Minecraft. That's a big one. The main thing that I see is 65% Twitch viewers are men and 35% are women, so women have it easier. There is literally no correlation. That reinforces the ideas of 1, every man is straight and women can't get seduced by other women too, so heteronormative culture. And it also makes it seem like women don't get attracted openly to men as well. And 2, it's an insult to men because you're basically saying that men are uncontrollable animals that are only even using Twitch in the first place to watch women play Minecraft and bunny girl cosplay, which is lonely and sad. If you do that, please seek help. Not only that, the 65% of Twitch viewers are guys was pulled back in 2019, far before the very top streamers of Twitch, Tommy Innit, Dream, Ranboo, etc., started streaming with big numbers, and majority of their audience on Twitch is female. Plus, men can easily get women to watch them just by being attractive as well. Dream has so many simps. Of course, it's not his whole fan base, but girls find people hot as well. That's not specific to men. That argument alone isn't valid in any way. And not to mention, I don't care about your personal experience as a failed streamer, Brad, while your female friend got 200 more followers than you. Small-scale examples are not a valid argument, especially when the literal statistics prove that women are far less successful. Oh, but Tony, there are so many female streamers with equal opportunity on that app. Okay, what's your point? What are you getting at? Well, that is my point. No, that was some random claim. What are you trying to say with that? Well, Well, okay, you could either be saying one of two things. Your point could either be that women are inherently lazier than men on that app and don't take opportunities and aren't as hardworking and as smart as men, which is incredibly sexist, or you're saying that there's something wrong with the system and people's mindsets and a disadvantage to taking opportunity when it comes to being a girl, which is my whole point. And the specific point you're trying to make, the punchline of it is either sexist or we agree. Well, yeah, shut up. Point is, bringing up the whole women aren't disadvantaged, you have to ask yourself, what are you admitting to? When you say that, you're openly admitting to having the mindset that women simply don't work as hard, because if they truly did have equal advantage, they'd take it and rise to the top ranks with XQC, but they don't because it's much harder. If you think it isn't harder, then the only other justification for thinking women have it easier is that women don't know the algorithm, that they're stupid, and they just aren't good at keeping viewer retention as a whole. Okay, well, even if they are disadvantaged, viewers and fans don't equate to idolization. Doesn't their own fan base idolize them? No, actually, very few fan bases do. So when women are popular on Twitch, it's most always because they're either comic relief, pretty, or seen as an extension of some male. Let's go back to the famous female streamers that were idolized. The Botest sisters, Nikki Niachu, Captain Puffy, Blushy, and LD Shadow Lady. Every single one of these people were either initially seen as extensions of men, Nikki with Wilbur, Minx with Schlatt, etc., or had to be highly skilled in a certain way and extremely pretty. Not to mention, despite looking like goddesses and being extremely talented women, they still don't reach the margins of huge Twitch streamers, with the exception maybe of Captain Puffy. Alright, but why is it harder? What is so difficult about being a leading content creator as a girl and being seen as a down-to-earth person? There are multiple answers to this one, and they're better answers than just people are sexist and misogynistic. That's why they don't watch girls. That's not a very good answer to that question because a lot of people feel accused and confused. It doesn't have any real depth to anything if you don't explain what you mean by that. So there are two main ideas that enforce people not watching girl streamers as much. One involves portrayment of girls in the media. Second is women are seen as extensions of men. So girls' portrayment in the media. So streamers like to make their online persona exactly that, a persona. It's still them, but they obviously don't act exactly the same or as obnoxious in real life. Many content creators have said they agree with that. Their Twitch usernames are a hyper version of themselves, a character, if you will. Now, if Twitch streamers do follow a certain character based off their real-life personality, they become comparable to characters in movies and TV shows. In movies and TV shows, a lot of stereotypes are reinforced about groups of people, and to cut right to the chase, this specific media paints women horribly. Not paints, but more represents. This is mostly because the majority of hit movies with women in them are written by middle-aged men who have no idea how women actually think and act. What do I mean by portrayed awfully, though? Well, I mean many movies include women, but only women who portray a certain two-dimensional stereotype. Writers make, to be blunt, female characters annoying and rarely likable. They make the most feminine characters prissy and uptight and mean. You can see it in almost any high school coming-of-age movie, especially the ones where the main character is a guy. There's a lack of media representation, and when there is representation, it only exists to be an extension of another man. Something called the Bechdel test stated that in this test, the movie should pass if 1. The film had 2 women, 2. The women must have a conversation, and 3. That conversation cannot be about a man. Sounds really straightforward and easy to follow, but movies like The Avengers, Thor, Avatar, the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, Ratatouille, and Slumdog Millionaire failed this test. There are plenty more, but those are the ones that are relevant. I've actually seen people in mass numbers admit that they feel misogynistic whenever their favorite characters from shows are predominantly male, and they normally say things like, I would like the girls, but they have no substance or character, they're just there, which those people are right. Writers a lot of the time fail to give character and well-roundedness to girls in writing. We associate that mindset with streamers, seeing female streamers as lesser, two-dimensional beings that would be less enjoyable. This sort of bleeds into women being seen as an extension of men. So what do I even mean by that? Well, it's sort of like people enjoy when girl streamers collab with men and go on their stream, but no one would go out of their way to watch those girl streamers. When I say extension, it's almost like men are cakes with frosting, and girls are another layer of frosting on top. People would love another layer of frosting, but just not by itself. That holds no substance without the cake part beneath it. Wilbur's entire chat spams miss Nikki whenever she joins, but those same 100k viewers would not go out of their way to watch her, no matter how excited they are to see her on Wilbur's stream. This also relates to my video, Boys Welcome to the Stream. It's all connected. Women are seen as extensions of men, and if you still don't believe me, look at the world. Female. Female is the word male extended with an FE. Same with the word women versus man. It's right in front of us, and it's painfully obvious that we view women as extensions and not real complete people. It's difficult because a lot don't even know they have that mindset. Most everyone does, even I did, and I wish that we didn't only give worth to girls that were pretty and only think that smart girls are ugly, and I wish the media didn't perpetrate stereotypes that give men the spotlight and idolization. I do believe we can reach a level of consciousness of it, but until then, that's all I have to say on the topic of male content creators' idolization. Please do not think I'm hating on Minecraft YouTubers or their fan bases. That's not my intention at all. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this helped gain a new perspective on content creators. Leave a like and comment your opinions. Again, name's Tony. Now go hecking subscribe.